Hey guys, and welcome back to our channel. So today I'm bringing you this quick mommy to be on the go look. I am 4 months pregnant and I'm always super exhausted, so I love to sleep in a little bit more, but I still want to look pretty and like I got ready. So this is a little quick how-to look. When you just really want to sleep in a little extra, but look like you try to put yourself together. So I'm using this In Transit face cream. It also works as a primer. And I really like it. I got it in an Ipsy bag, but I love how it's basically 2-in-1, and it really helps me when I'm on the go and trying to get ready quick. Next, I'm going to go in with my foundation, and I'm going to use my Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Spray to spray my foundation brush a little bit, and then I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Fit Matte+poreless. I do want a matte foundation just because I don't want to look dewy. You'll see at the end of this, I want to look glowy because, you know, all pregnant women have that beautiful glowing skin. So I just want to add a little bit to it, but not too much. Then I'm just buffing everything out so it looks nice and smooth. Now, on the note of feeling tired all the time, I do have a little bit of extra bags, but it's not a problem. I'm just going to go ahead and conceal them. I'm just going to go in with kind of like an orangey undertone concealer first, and I'm just putting it under my eyes and a little bit on top of my eyes to cover up any veins or anything I have on my eyelids, and then in the center of my face to bring it out a little more as well. And I'm going to go in with a damp beauty blender and blend that all out. Then I'm going to go ahead and go in with a little bit lighter concealer. This one is the NYX HD. I'm going to put it in the same places that I put my other one, but I'm going to do this one just to give myself a little more of a brighter, awake look. And of course I'm just blending it all out again with that same damp beauty blender. Next, I want to add a little more glow, so I'm going to go in with the NYX Liquid Illuminator, and I'll put the details and names of everything I'm using at the bottom bar. And then I'm going to go in with this mini beauty blender. This is actually a Morphe beauty blender. They just came out with these, and they're the perfect dupe for the original beauty blender. And I'm going to go in with the flat round side first and blend everything out, and then I'll go in with the little angled side and then blend it out a little bit more. Now that I did my creams, I'm going to go ahead and set everything with my powders. I'm going in with the Morphe Brushes 9C palette. I use it all the time. You can tell I'm almost out. And then I put pan on like all the colors I use. And then I'm just going to go in and highlight a little more so I have a little more brightness underneath. And because I'm highlighting so much, I'm going to go in with the Rimmel Stay Matte Setting Powder. It's not going to mattify it so much because I'm using very light amount, but I just want it to set a little bit and keep my creams and stuff in place. And then I'm going to go in with the NYC Sunny Bronzer. I love this drugstore bronzer. It's my favorite one. And I'm going to go in with a new rose gold brush from the Morphe Brushes collection. I don't know the number of it, but I'll add all of them to the bottom. And I like that it's a contour brush. It's a flat one, So it really helps me when I'm like on the go and I just want to look like I got ready quickly, but also kind of like I baked a little bit, because it's going to give me, as you can see, it's giving me like a defined contour, but I don't have to do that much work for it because it's already a flat brush. And then after, I just go in with a fluffier brush just to make sure it gets all blended out, just because that other brush is like super defined. So even though I wanted to find, I also wanted it to be even though I wanted to find, I also wanted to look clean. Sorry, I cannot talk right now. Next, I'm going to go with more Rainforest of the Sea spray. I'm just spraying my highlight brush, another rose gold brush. Again, I'll name it on the bottom. And then I'm going to go in with MAC Soft and Gentle to give myself a little more highlight, a little more glow. And to give my cheeks that little rosy pinched blush look, I'm going to go in with Milani's Baked Luminoso blush. And again, another rose gold brush. I love this brush for blush because I feel like it gets the apples of my cheeks perfectly because of how round it is. It has become my new favorite blush brush. And I'm going to go in with the same brush I used to set underneath my eyes. No extra product, just the product that's already on it, just to clean up a little bit more under my contour. Now, for days that I'm in a rush, I don't know why, but I find it easier to fill my brows in with powder than with a dip brow or a pencil. So I'm going to go in with Morphe's Brow 7 palette. It's now the Brow 8 palette because they added a concealer to it, but it's basically the same thing. And I'm taking the wax from the palette first and putting it on my brows just so that the powder has something to hold on to. And then I'm going to mix these two colors, and then I'm going in with another rose gold brush. And I'm just going to fill in my brows lightly. I don't want to do too much because, like I said, I still want it to be kind of like a natural face makeup kind of day. Because it's just like a quick on the go look. But I feel with powder it's so much easier and I don't have to go in with concealer to fix anything. Going back in with my Soft and Gentle, I'm just using my finger and I'm going to put a little bit on the lids of my eyes. I don't want to put too much, I just kind of want my eyes to look more refreshed and awake since I'm not using shadow or anything. To set everything, I'm using the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea spray again. I love this just as much as I love my Mario Badescu Rose Water spray. And then I'm just going to go ahead and fan myself out to dry it out. I really love how glowy and dewy I look, especially since this is such a quick look. And then just for a little extra touch, I'm going to add a little bit of mascara. Like I said, I don't have any shadow or anything on, so I don't want to take too much away from my eyes, but I do want to add a little bit of detail, so I feel like the mascara really helps. And just to add one more little extra touch, a little extra detail, I'm going to go in with Morphe Brushes Lip Paint and Individuality. I put a little bit on the back of my hand first, and then I just grab my finger and tap it onto my lip. And then after, to clean it up, I'm going to go in with the lip brush just to even it out and make sure it goes like all around my lip. And I love this color. It's like a blushy pink. It's not too pink and it's not too nude. It's just enough color for a look like this. And there you have it. My quick look on the go for the mommies to be. I hope all you mommies out there will try this. If you're pregnant like me, you'll know that you do get tired a lot, but a look like this really helps, and it helps you look like you put yourself together. This look took me, what, like 5 minutes, but it looks like it took me a little bit longer. and I love it. I look refreshed and glowy, and it's very natural, but you can still tell that I tried, you know? I want to still feel pretty, and even though I don't feel energized, I want to look energized. And I really love this look. This has been my go-to look for the past months now, and I love it. So if you do try it, please tag us, and I hope you enjoy, and stay tuned for our next video. Thanks. Bye.